100,000?
I would been grinding for so long, I never stopped to realize.
What was your biggest financial mistake?
Coming, baby, 'cause
3,
I'm dropping
2.
buckets.
You watching Untold Raw podcast.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to Untold Raw podcast that we're about to start going up on. My name is Lavelle.
My name is Mario. What's going on?
Hey, man, how you feeling?
Feeling good, man, because I've been wanting to do this for 2 years now, bro.
Sheesh.
2 years. And for all you guys that are out there watching this for the first time, because it is the first video, real quick, short, I've been wanting to do this for the past 2 years. Untold Raw. I had the neon sign for 2 years. It was in my office. I've been wanting to do it, and the reason for the name is because I wanted to tell the stories that people don't get to hear from successful people and people in business, entrepreneurs, that people don't really get the story.
Right.
I want to bring that out because a lot of people are always curious what led to the success.
Right.
So that's kind of like the meaning behind Untold Raw. In case you guys, hopefully you guys tune in and keep following this podcast.
Man, we're gonna take y'all on a crazy journey. I hope y'all like the setup. The setup going crazy right now. We got the casino
That's right.
backdrop.
It's
We
looking
in
good.
here. Yeah, it's Untold Raw. I hope y'all feeling this. Look, one of the reasons, the meanings of this setup is so crazy. Me and Mario was chopping it up one day, and I'm like, man, this should be the drop right here. This should be it. He was like, yeah, but like, what's the connection? And I'm like, bro, we're talking about a lot of entrepreneurs, investors, all that. So what's the best way? Investing in being an entrepreneur is gambling, technically.
Facts.
Right?
Yeah.
So like you taking the chance on yourself. You're betting on yourself. Put us in a casino where a lot of betting is going on.
And we got to play the cards right.
You got to play the cards right,
You got to
man.
play it right. It's how you play them. It's how you're going to go about it. You're going to win or lose. It's the way you play them. So it just made sense. And like you said, I wanted to do it here because I love this setup. But at the same time, I was like, dude, like if only it has to make sense. And the way you broke it down, how, everything's a gamble when you're investing, like nothing's guaranteed, but it's how you play your cards right. And I was like, I love that. I was like, you sold me. Let's do it in the casino.
I walked out of here like, jackpot. We won. Let's go.
That's right.
So, man, you brought me onto this and I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? I think this is dope. I'm happy to be here. So I'll just give me a little like what the show is gonna be and based on.
So yeah, this show, the goal for this is obviously telling the stories of like people that are successful on it, but also like, trying to pick people's brains out, like for everyone out there, along with ourselves, to gather information from these successful people. What is it that they do? What keeps them going? Because sometimes I'm lost as an entrepreneur. Like I'm thinking, like how do people do it? Or, I want to pick their brains. Like sometimes we don't have access to them, or, this is like a good way to bring them in and for me to be able to figure out what they want to do, or how they go about things and how they invest. Cause like, I'm always curious about if you have this much money in your bank account and this investment costs the money, like have they ever been in that situation? Like I was, and what would have they done different? Like, it's a good podcast to kind of to learn, but also figure out their stories and for them to tell their stories, and yes, that's one of the main things. And honestly, bro, I appreciate you for hopping in on this. I feel like it's a good chemistry. For those of you guys that don't know, I'm an entrepreneur. I've been doing this for the past 8 years. I've owned multiple film studios. I'm a filmmaker. I've been doing a lot of things, and I kind of want to share a lot of my information, what I learned, the mistakes I've made, just a little bit of everything. And bro, like, if you guys don't know Lavelle,
I'm gonna start out entrepreneur. I started filmmaking or taking it serious. COVID. What a crazy time trying to get clients in COVID. Like that's crazy. But yeah, I started out in COVID. And now, like, I'm down to, I used to have, like, multiple jobs. Now I'm down to my last job. I work at 24 Hour Fitness. So I still I'm thinking about letting that job go, but and taking on just being a full-time entrepreneur, freelance, and just doing my thing, just hit the ground running. But where I'm at in life is like it's really a gamble. You know what I'm saying? It's really a test to see like can I do it or do I want to play the safe zone? So hopefully throughout this journey, probably in the next 4 months, y'all hear me say, hey, I quit my job. But as of right now, I still got a consistent check. I still got that consistent check. You
But I
gotta
be
keep going.
but for all you guys, I be on them every single week. If anything, I'm like, all right, bro. Like, if I see anything wrong with homeboy, I be telling him like, dude, what are you doing? Like, I'm always calling him out just because, again, I want to see him succeed, and I don't want him to, be working for me. I told him many times, I want you to be the guy, and I want to be working for you as well. Like, I
Yeah.
like seeing people grow and outgrow me and do their own thing as well. And like that's one thing, I wanna see. I want you to build that, and I want to, have everyone see you do your thing. Like,
Bro, you want to know what I think I suck at? I think my weak point is
what is it?
gaining clients. But it's not the marketing cuz I could come up with like good marketing plans, but it's like just extracting that new client. I don't know.
See, like that's the thing. I feel like so. In case you guys didn't catch it, I'm a filmmaker and marketing. I guess I got an agency for the corporation that I have, but I think the good thing, one thing you should do, bro, and a lot of people make the mistakes on, is that everyone tries to look for clients. When I
Mm.
started off, I never looked for clients. I was just going out there filming, having fun. I didn't think about clients. Clients came to me because now that I view it back, I was showing them value. They were seeing my post.
So you're mastering your craft
They
and
just
they
came.
start coming.
Yeah, and like it's not something I ever expected. I wanted maybe this is another story to be told another day, but um this was never supposed to be my career, bro. Like I didn't know what I wanted to do. This just turned into a career. So it was just having fun, bro, just creating. This camera made me happy, and that's how everything happened.
What did you want to be when you was younger?
Nothing, bro. Oh, I was going to be a pro soccer player.
Oh, okay.
But my dad was pushing me too hard. He wasn't letting me have fun.
Oh,
So it was
man.
kind of like he just forced me, like, you got to play. And like it got to the point where, like, man, this ain't fun anymore.
Oh,
So
yeah, so nice.
yeah, so somehow this was fun and it worked out, right? Like I
Mhm.
always say, you got to love it, bro. Like if you want to be successful at something, or you want to be great, actually, you got to do it and you got to love it, bro. You can't hate it and just thrive off money and let the money be your passion. I mean,
Right.
there's very small margin of people that just chase the money and they succeed. But most of the people, bro, that I've known that love it, for example, Steve,
Right, right.
what does he do? He loves it. When you
Yeah,
talk to him
yeah.
about fabric, what happens? He'll tell you every
Everything.
material. He'll tell you everything. So,
Bro, Steve be losing me sometimes, and I just act like oh, okay. Like,
bro,
I don't know what is going on. I be like, oh, that to me it's just like, oh, this is velvet.
yeah, bro, like
but he'll break it down like, nah, that's just this.
it's this,
Yeah,
and that's
like,
what I'm saying. Like the successful people, they love what they do, and like you
yeah.
tell me, bro, when it's filming, bro, I'm filming, I'm creating, I'm editing, and like, and I don't even feel like work. I know sometimes I be working too many hours, too many days, but I don't even think about it. I just
Yeah.
create. Like for example, bro, what's today? Today, it's like 12 o'clock today. Like it's
Yeah,
midnight.
it's almost one.
And we created after a long day, but
After a
this is
long day.
fun, bro. I
Yeah.
love it. I enjoy it. Don't feel like work. It's just fun.
Yeah.
And that's what I chase. I like to chase fun, passion, stuff like that. So I think that's like one way you should target clients. Don't
sure.
go after them.
Mhm.
Show your fun, passion, work on your skills, and
just
they will
keep it-
come with the value that they see that you're able to bring to them.
Right. Yeah, because at that point it's just like, hey, you see what I could do. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's on you if you want to get me. If not, you believe in your craft. I believe in my craft. It's just like, man, like one of my biggest fears is just like not being good enough. And then like I'm competitive. I'm super competitive sometimes. So like I always feel like if I'm gonna do something, I gotta be the best at it. So when like I get I won't say like not depressed or anything like that, or not really like down and out. I just feel some type of way when I see a weak point and I can't attack it the way I want and get better at it. So I'm just like, okay, I suck at that. How can I get better? And then like, and I know me and you talked about it, like planning and execution. So now I'm applying that to every day. every day when I wake up, yo, what's the plan for the day? Execute. Gotta execute. That's what I've been on tough. So now I'm just gonna make sure like I'm out there. I he actually my boy Taz behind the camera, by the way. My boy Taz showed me some cold. He be sending me some like cold spec ads, a little just simple ideas, but through the camera it come out so fire. So I'm like, yo, I gotta try some of these. So that's what I'm definitely gonna be shooting a lot more of. Just working the camera a whole lot
Yeah,
more.
because like to me, the reason why I think you were perfect for this as well, bro, is your work ethic. So when you have
Appreciate it.
strong work ethic, bro, like you can't teach that. Like that's something it's just in you, bro. If you lazy and you're skilled, that ain't gonna take you anywhere. You're lazy. You're not gonna
Right.
use your skill, right? But if you have that work ethic, bro, you're gonna put the work and you're gonna get better at it, and that's someone
Right.
you can roll with.
Right.
So like you have the work. I've always told you. So I'm like, okay, bringing you on this, I know for a fact we're gonna be able to be consistent because I didn't want to ever start this and knowing the person I have next to me is gonna make excuses, not gonna show up. So
Oh man.
like yeah, like that's a strong asset to you. So that's one thing you got to carry, but at the same time, your discipline has to go. So like just a little bit of everything, bro. But for the most part, again, work ethic, bro, you just can't teach that. And especially in today's day, bro, I feel like a lot of people are lazy.
Yeah.
Like you just don't find that. Like it's hard. It's weird. Like you would think, especially with the economy being bad, you would think people want to work harder. A lot of people just
Find an easy way out.
yeah.
Like it's crazy. Like especially after COVID.
Like I actually want to talk a real quick story.
Mhm.
Remember we were outside the studio like a month ago.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, what you doing this weekend? Oh, my boy's coming from San Diego or something. And he's hitting me up to go to the beach.
Yeah.
And I told you, bro, why are you gonna do that? And you're like, oh, he came, he just wants to hang out. I'm like, all right, what am I doing? I'm working. I'm editing. All right. Why is it that I'm making a lot of money and I'm still doing that?
Right.
And then you started questioning. I'm like, because look, bro, a lot of people, they'll get blinded by these things, and they'll end up making those mistakes. Nothing wrong with hanging out with people, bro, but when it's time to execute, bro, and do it, you have to be disciplined.
Yeah.
And that conversation I had with you, bro, is because I wanted to make sure you learn to adapt that. Like hanging out with homies is cool, but where is it really gonna take you? You're wasting time. In that 5 hour day, you could have learned so many things on YouTube. You could have applied it to your skill set. You could have honestly edited something
Been
like
in the lab just working.
there's just so many things. So
better for sure.
yeah.
So like how do you believe there's success without sacrifice?
No. You have to sacrifice a lot of things, a lot. I don't think people understand how many things you have to sacrifice. Like if you're in a relationship with your girl and somehow you're working 9 to 5 and the next day you just decide you found your passion and you're going to become an entrepreneur, the chance of you sticking with that girl is slim to none. You're going to have to sacrifice that relationship. Most of the time, it don't work. It's rare to find a girl that all of a sudden like support. She gonna support it, but like ride through it because that means no time.
It's not really support.
Huh?
Sometimes it ain't really support. They're like, oh, I support you. And then
it just like, yeah, they're like,
oh, when you coming home.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Where you at?
Yeah.
So yeah, you're gonna have to sacrifice on that. Like ain't no girl, but like my girl came in when I was already doing it, like I think maybe like a year and a half in. So that's why it worked out, because she saw from the get-go I was like serious about it, and that that was my life. I was trying to get better. So yeah, that's sacrifice number one. Sacrifice number two, and this is the hardest one, is you might have to lose on time with your loved ones. Not you will lose time with your loved ones, meaning your mom, your dad, your brothers, sisters, if it's their birthday, but an opportunity comes up as an entrepreneur, bro, you got to take it. Those are the moments, bro, that can change your life. I've been doing things where I lost family because I didn't show up to their baby girl's birthday. But I'm like, what about me?
Yeah.
I was like, so you care about you? What about me? Like I'm pursuing a dream. Like, shouldn't you be supporting that? Like, you should be like, it's cool, come another day, like something like that. But they want me that day, but I got an opportunity that I got to take. And again, I don't have a guaranteed paycheck. I'm pushing for this. So there's a lot of things you're going to sacrifice. You're going to lose. This journey ain't easy, bro. And I only the strong ones will take it. And at the end, you'll end up lonely, not lonely, but a very small group of people What you think you had 30, 50 people to hang out with, text, call.
What they say is lonely at the top.
It's lonely at the top, bro. I can honestly tell you, bro. I maybe I probably have like 7, 8 people that I can probably like say I can call, I can hang out with, or I want to hang out with. Majority of the people, bro, they all left me, and it was because I call it envy, bro. Like they want to play basketball or they want to do something else, and they're like, hey, like you too good. You like, or oh, why not? Like, bro, you just at your house editing. Like, you could just come play. Like, bro, you're not working. I'm like, bro, this is work. Like, what do you mean? Like, and then I flipped it one time on one of my cousins. I was like, well, how about I don't go today? How about you call off your work tomorrow and we play tomorrow? Oh, he didn't want to do that. It's on their terms.
Oh, that was a good way.
Yeah.
That's actually a good way of looking at it.
Yeah, I flipped it. I'm like, yeah, it ain't so nice, huh? Because you're losing out on your money. It's the same thing. Like, yeah, I know I already got paid for this edit, but I got to be disciplined. Like, this client needs the video and I got to get a certain done. So there's a lot of things you're going to go through, bro, and people don't understand it, and it's not for them to understand. It's for you to just do tunnel vision, bro.
Yeah.
And it's like my parents, even they didn't see anything. Like, they didn't see my goal, my vision. But that's okay. Like, I feel like unless they live that life, they're never going to understand what it takes. Someone has to live it. The ones that do go through it, they will understand. They will know why you become this person. Right. You know, and when it gets lonely at the top, bro, I said this in the past, it gets lonely because once on your way to the top, you're working so hard and you start seeing where's the support, where are the people that said they were going to be with you. All this, bro, starts getting lonely. So when you're at the top, you're like, I don't need nobody. I made it on the top with no support. So then when they start reaching out, you're like, nah, it's not that you're too good for them. It's again, but where were y'all when I needed y'all? Yeah. What was the support when I needed it? Like, it was free. You could show my videos. You could tell your cousins. You could tell your business that I do videos. All that is free. So if they're not doing that, why are you going to be, you don't come back.
And even going back to what you were saying, well, like with the sacrifice, like not everybody's willing to sacrifice like you, or like a hard worker, like an entrepreneur, period, like to even get to that success. Some people are just playing it safe, and that's why I battle with like keeping a job and hey, sacrifice and just grind it out. And
let me ask you a question on that.
Yeah.
What's holding you from quitting your job? Like, what in your mind, what's gonna be the go-to to say I'm gonna quit this job? Like, what? Because I know what was in my head when I quit my job. What's in your head? Like, I'm curious actually to know on that.
Far as myself, it's like I know I can't fail. So it's like if I quit my job, or if what drive me to get to that point, it's like I'm almost there. It's days where I feel like, you know what, forget this. I want to put all my time and my work into me and really push myself to that next level, like skill wise, business wise, just all the way across the board. And sometimes it's like them hard times come in, and it's like, you don't want to like, with them hard times, sometimes you're like, okay, I know I got a check coming. But as far as being a full-time entrepreneur, you don't know. Sometimes you don't know when that next check coming. And it's like, that's the fear. And it's like, how do I get through that? How do I get to that? If this happens, like, what if I'm not at the level that I need to be to even be charging to even take care of my business, like my regular personal bills, So it's like, damn, I don't want to lose out. I don't want to feel like I'm not good enough. Like, that's what I was saying. Like that plays a big part in me.
So something I can tell you from that will be, if you work hard on video, if you keep doing your stuff, you keep doing your work, you keep editing, like you grind, you're gonna be confident enough to leave it because there's no fear. In the back and you're good.
Right.
You're gonna kill every video that comes your way. You're gonna do a great job. Like you have fear because you haven't given your full potential. True. If you tend to say, you know what, I bet you anything, if you were to go today or call or whatever, it's already too late anyway. But if you were to go tomorrow,
and they got me for the shift today,
and he got off the shift. So I respect to homeboy. We both technically got off a shift, but
right.
If you were to quit your job tomorrow, guess what? What are you about to do? You're about to go crazy. You're about to start looking for work. Why? Because you're against the ropes. That makes the person. Because as an entrepreneur, bro, you're gonna be facing everyone's gonna be jumping on you, jabbing you, and you're gonna have to be dodging and you're gonna be against the ropes, and you're gonna have to figure out how am I gonna get out of this because everything's gonna attack you, especially at the beginning because there's no money. It's little to no money. So you're gonna have to battle that. And what's the only way is you're gonna have to put work. You're gonna have to. There's no other option. Like there is no
like you have no more.
Fail.
Yeah, like, if this don't work, it's over.
It's over. Yeah, there is
like,
no other way.
man.
So you're literally survival mode. So that means you're about to be having those 4-hour sleeps. You're about to be, working long hours. You're about to be shooting 3 videos per day. You're about to just be figuring out how am I gonna be in the eyes of everyone.
So you know what? I did try it before. I forgot about that.
You did try it?
Yeah.
No way.
I swear to you. So, and I'll tell you what made me go get a job again. So that's actually, it's funny. So this is a funny story. So I worked for Amazon. I was a delivery driver. And it was summertime. I'm like, man, forget this. Like, bro, I could make more and have more fun shooting videos. Like, I'm already started. I got better than what I was at the time. And then I'm like, you know what? Done. Like, I just quit it, walked away. And then that's actually that's the year I met you.
That was the
Yeah,
first thing.
because I already watched your videos. That's how I was getting better.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh, okay, you got to pay attention to this. You got to pay attention to that. And then when I met you and you was like, how you know me? Marco Hart was crushed. I'm like, I'm going to get a job. Okay? I met my idol. He was a straight dick. Okay?
Hey, to be fair, I didn't mean it like that. I meant to just be like, I mean, it's because he's saying what up, and I have a bad memory. So I'm like, have we met? Because I was more lost than anything. I wasn't trying to be rude. I was just lost. Like, wait, he's coming at me like he know me. Like, hold on.
Bro, I was so excited, bro. I was like, Mario Visions. Oh shoot, bro! I just watched your YouTube video this morning.
That was funny.
How you know me?
Like, all serious. Like, wait,
from YouTube.
I was like, oh, okay.
Go get a job. But nah,
man.
so yeah, like I had did that, and I was pushing forward, I think I went like a good 8 months, and I got but and to be all fair, I was trying to do too much.
What were you trying to do? Like, what do you mean by that?
Like, I was already, when I quit my job, I'm like, I need a production team. Like,
you skipped all levels.
I just went. I'm like, hey, you need a job? We're going to make money, okay? You got to learn this and you got to learn this, all right? But I think, like, I was just thinking too big of myself at the time, and it kind of, like, humbled me. Like,
settle down.
Yeah. Go get better. You're not there yet. Like, and so like now I think I'm getting to that point again, but this time with the right mental state, with the right thought process. And now I don't have to watch videos to learn. I know him. Hey, I'm gonna call you. Hey, what'd you do with this? So I think, and then like, you're a good mentor, and like how you were saying, like, hey, you gotta focus in. Like he was coming for me this morning. He was like, hey, you was with a girl last night?
Oh, yeah.
He's like, you gotta focus in. I'm like, no. I was at work. That was a coworker. It wasn't like that. So, but he was there.
Yeah, because like for everyone, it's not that I'm against anyone having a girl, but like he's telling me he wants to be this person. So when someone tells me that, girls are the distraction.
Yeah.
So, and in order to really fulfill something, you got to focus on that one thing. As soon as I always say, girls are the biggest weakness to all men. Like, I know plenty of people when I was playing soccer, so many talented soccer players.
I say vice versa too, though.
Like
powerful women or women that's empowerment or doing their thing, like really rocking out with their entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
A man could get in their life and then it's done.
But you know what? I feel like women are smarter.
Yes.
Like if they're at a certain stage, they're entrepreneurs, they're not gonna go with a man like that. They're wise. They're smart. A man.
Some of them.
I mean, a lot of them that I met that are like that make millions and stuff, bro. They're well on they're over. They're very skillful. The way they present themselves is just powerful.
Right.
That a strong man needs to be able to present himself to conquer that.
Yes, true.
On the opposite side, the guy can have money, the guy can have this, and a dumb, girl just looks
That is
beautiful
facts.
will grab a man. And like that's why I'm always like, you don't know, like on your way to the top, especially when you start making money, you gotta learn to control yourself, because that's how you just never make it. And I'm telling you, because from the soccer days, all my homies that should have made it, including my brother, they didn't make it because of girls. And that, in a way, it was a blessing that I was able to see it from the backside, because I was like, okay, I know not to do that. So whenever I started filmmaking, any girl, I mean, talk to D. She'll tell you what she did. I left her on red like 5 times. We were supposed to go on a taco date. I didn't show up.
You didn't show up for the taco date?
I don't know if I didn't show up or I didn't even respond to her on that.
D, he showed up. He showed up for the tacos. He was there early.
Nah, like I didn't want to like hang out, and it wasn't like I didn't want to
shut her off. It was just you.
It was just
focused.
like I was just focused.
Yeah.
And like the only reason that I ended up doing this because my homies were like, bro, just go. Come on, bro. You always working. Just come on. Stop being a little, this and that. And like, just go. And it was like late at night. I was like, all right, let me just go. Let me go talk to her. Let me go see her. Right. But I wasn't going to, bro, because I'm just so like, I'm invested in this.
You still cool with that, homie?
No.
Oh, damn. He not invited to the wedding. He the reason why he went out that night.
Nah, we could be cool. I feel like it's just miscommunication.
Gotcha.
So I think that's something we both got to correct. I think it's wrong on both sides. I don't know if he views it like that, but I know it's wrong on both sides. I know I made my mistake, and he made his mistake. And I just feel like it's something that at least I'm gonna confront it. If he ain't gonna confront it, I'm gonna confront it. But it hasn't been the right time. I've been busy, but whenever that time presents, I am gonna like call him and be like, yo, what's up? Because you gotta know when you make mistakes, and you gotta own it. And if someone doesn't own it, that's not the person you want to be around, because that's the person that's never going to hold himself accountable. He's always going to blame others. You got to blame yourself, and, then you could take the blame, like, to other people, other things. Because a lot of people, bro, they don't look at themselves. They look at everyone else, but it's like, bro, look at yourself first. You got to look at who you are and stuff like that.
Yeah. So I had a question for you.
What's
and
up?
We learned this in college, which is crazy. And I just want to see if you agree or not. And this is nothing towards women. I promise you, this is nothing towards women. We learned this in college. But they say when men is in power, business tend to run correctly. But when women in power, they tend to be a bitch. That's the quote in the book. It didn't say like how the business is ran, but it made me realize like a lot of women in power come off in that nature. I'm not sure if it's something you met.
I think the only reason it's like that, for the most part, it is true. I ain't no feminist, so don't even go that right. way. I think the only reason is because women move off emotion and men don't. So that's the difference there. We go strictly based on things. Like everyone tells me, oh, like I move straight off, what needs to be done. I don't go by emotion. If something's happening, I still got to do it. Right, for example, my dad, I'll tell you guys a quick little story. I just started shooting the wedding that day. Mm-hmm. And my brother calls me. My dad's in the hospital. Mm-hmm. If you tell a girl that, guess what? She might want to go. She's out of there. She's out of it. Her mind, mentally, she's out. Me, my girl was looking at me like, what are you going to do? I'm like, I got to finish it. And then my boy Kevin was like, you sure? I'm like, do they pay me? I got to be here. I already know my brother and my mom are with my dad. So they're holding it down. I got to get this done. I'll go take care of it after. I'm like, I know that's what my dad would want me to do. And that's what my dad taught me. Like, regardless, you the strong one, you got to hold it down. So, and that's true. That's why my dad also taught me, like, don't move off emotion. Go with the purpose and the ways. Do the job that you're supposed to do. So yeah, I think that's the difference right there. Women move off emotion, and that's the one thing I read.
You ever had a slip up with like having an emotional moment, like while you were working or like on set or anything like that?
What do you mean, like
where you was like you had to snap back, like, man, what the hell I'm doing? Like, I'm moving off emotion. Hey, move that, like, or anything.
Nah,
like,
dude, I never move off emotion, bro. Nah.
So that's something your father said, and it's sticking with you.
Yeah, sure. I don't know why. It's just, and that's what everyone tells me. Like, Mario, you don't move off emotion, and I'm like, because you can't have that. Like, and I learned it from like multiple people that I work with, like in the businesses.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll sometimes ask questions, and like you see the owners, you see what they're doing. They don't move off emotion. Like for example, if
True.
if you have employees and your business is falling, you move off emotion. Guess what? You're gonna keep your employees because you
Yeah.
don't want to fire them.
Yeah.
But it's like it's only you don't. It's not you're doing it wrong. It's like that's just you have to do it for the business. Otherwise, you gonna lose and they gonna lose,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So like that's someone else that moves off emotion. They're gonna try to hold everybody and they're gonna collapse everything together. So that's why it's so important. Emotion can be part of it. Like you gotta take that separate, and that's where I'm strong at. D, she's emotional. Like she wouldn't be like, oh no, we're gonna hold it down. Like if I have to cut it, I have to cut it. Like it's not that it's just like, hey, we gotta survive. Like,
Right.
later on we could try to get it back. But that's why it's so important to know separate the difference. And that's where again, these are women, right? So it's just kind of that's what I'm saying. Like it's emotion. Like I say straight up. For example, John, if you're watching this, he gonna attest to it. But he couldn't do a studio host because of something. It was like dumb.
Right.
And my girl's like, oh, no, like, he couldn't. I'm like, what you mean? I call him like, bro, what you mean going? You can't do it.
Yeah.
Because not that I'm like forcing him to go, but it's like, bro, that's an invalid excuse.
Yeah,
Get your ass to work because like I want the best for anybody, right? I'm never gonna just do it because it's for me. No, it's like, bro, you can make money and then go do this after.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like again, like my girl, like she it's respect too, but at the same time, it's like emotion,
Yeah, you like me. I be doing that to my boy T. I be like, he be like, man, I ain't coming over. What you mean you ain't coming over? Hey, do me a favor, pick up such and such from the store, this and this. But so I heard something you said. You was like, if it's a time to cut it, you got to cut it. As an entrepreneur, when do you know it's time to opt out? Or an investor, more or less. When do you know it's time to opt out? Like, this is it. Like, are you a type to try to fix something, figure it out? Or are you like, nope, that ain't working. I know that's not going to work. I'm done with that.
You do it, and continue to do it. You try, you're going to make mistakes, you're going to fail, and you're going to keep trying. You will know when you give it your all and it's just not working for whatever reason. You got to learn to cut the ties. Like you can't tie up to it, like being stubborn, like, nah, it's got to work. Like, a true entrepreneur would, but there's some things that just don't work out. And you got to just try to the point where you just got to cut it. Because if you keep chasing that and try to fix it, it's not going to work. For example, the studios, many people don't know. I've made multiple sets. And I gave them a month, I gave them 2 months, and I didn't really see anyone shooting there. And what did I do? I tried adding a few things. I spent an extra couple of $1,000 to do this, and they still weren't shooting there. So I put my part. I saw no one's doing it, and I'm like, you know what? Cut it out. We gotta change it. And it's like, again, I could keep fixing, keep putting money, but to a certain point, I gotta tell myself it just didn't work. I thought it was gonna work, and it didn't. Change that shit, So you just gotta know, you like just keep trying.
So that's dope. You got to. That's dope. You invest, and you're like, that still didn't work. All right, it's cool. Like what I'm saying? Some people walk home hurt. Like dang, like I spent this, I spent that, I spent this. But like I think that's because I always hear like a lot of successful entrepreneurs just like we don't have time to be down. You gotta move on to the next
bro.
thing.
Like money comes and goes.
Yeah.
Like why even think about I spent $5,000? I'll make it tomorrow. Like that's the mindset of somebody. Like we'll make it tomorrow. We'll make it in 2 days. Like once you see, I think people don't understand, and people that are watching this and one day will become entrepreneurs or they want to become that. When you make $30,000 in a day, your mind's gonna change.
Oh, for sure.
It's gonna change, and then
that would make me quit my job. $30,000 in a day. Yeah,
bro.
See, if you probably did that. From my standpoint, that's like unbelievable.
He's like, what? Nah, bro. But like, it's really, bro, a testament. Like once you see money, bro, and you start like working your way up, your eyes start changing. Like for example, like I used to think, 500 was a lot. Now, bro, like honestly, I think what's a lot to me at a starting rate is probably like 30 grand. And I would never think, bro, 30 grand is like, you stupid. Like, like I can't even afford a $20,000 car. I had to pay it off for 5 years because I couldn't afford it, right? But now it's different. Like I look at things like, okay, because you got to view it. 30,000 a month, that's almost 300,000 a year.
Right.
Think about it. That's not a lot. It's a lot, but it's not, because how much are you really taking home? you still got to pay taxes.
That's
So it's
true.
like you still got to invest that money. Like you want to keep as much, so you got to invest, and you like hopefully next year you up it and you keep going like that.
Right.
So it's not a lot, but again, like I think once you start seeing a certain type of money, bro, your mind changes.
For sure, man. One time, I meant to tell you this.
Hold on, actually, what's the most amount of money you ever made in a day? I think that's a good question. I'd like to know.
In a day?
In a day. And what was it?
I want to say 5,000. Yeah, I think that's the highest. We were doing. We just was knocking out some, like, me and my boy Taz. I used to help him out with his shoots, and then like at that time I was charging like $300, but in my area for a shoot that like it's multiple rappers running gun, $300, $300, $300, and like one day we just looked up, we had multiple shoots lined up, his shoots and my shoots. And so I'm like, bro, we just gotta figure this out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then we was also planning to go to Vegas. So we was trying to make it anyway before we make the trip to Vegas. So we was just knocking out. Actually, it wasn't even like a full day. It was like 2 days.
Oh, okay.
It was like 2 days. Yeah.
So like 2,500, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that's about it.
Now we gotta take it to 10K. 10K a day. Hey man, it's possible. That's the thing. Like people don't understand.
That's my goal.
Like, bro, it's crazy how I watched a reel, and I think it was what's the guy that comes out, the black dude that comes out in Fast and the Furious, the funny dude, Tyrese. I watched a reel. I don't know what movie it was from, but I saw him in the corner of a street, and he just stuck with me. He's like, they're in the hood, they're broke in this movie, and Tyrese was like, look around you, man. Look, there's this guy selling this guy selling this. Everyone's spending money. There's money everywhere.
Baby boy.
I was like, dude, you're right. Like, you know, there was a time, bro. There's times where I'm like, the economy's bad. Like, I'm seeing sometimes things go down, and I'm like, man. But then I start thinking to that same reel, and I'm like, it's facts. Regardless, bro, people are still spending money. I just never go out on Black Friday, by the way, because I hate lines.
Right.
And I went because my girl's family, and I want to spend more time with my girl too now. So I went with them just to get out the house. And bro, I'm seeing no parking spaces, and the malls are empty now, right?
Oh,
so on Black Friday, I'm like, it ain't gonna be nothing, and it was packed. I'm like, how the economy is bad. How are people still going to the mall and spending money? So that's showing me, regardless whether there's money or not, people are out there still spending, whether it's on credit cards, whatever the case is. Facts. So yeah, that's,
and you know, that's true. I seen a podcast where Andrew Tate talk about something like that too. He was like talking about basically like a cafe, and he was like, you got to know that everybody's spending money. It's money always being spent, and it's unlimited business ideas.
Yeah.
And he was like, basically, like, that's how you got to look at it. Like, if you go down the street to your nearest cafe, why are people going to that cafe? What are they getting? Why are they buying that? Who's selling it? They put a pretty girl in the front. That's going to bring more people coming in. Like, and I'm just like, damn, that is true. Like, when you really think that far in depth and break it down, it's true. That is very true. So yeah, Tyrese, Andrew Tate, y'all onto something for sure. I be thinking like that, but then I'll be like, damn, but like I get so caught up on like what, like, because I don't want to just keep one outlet of revenue. I want to like do multiple things, you know.
But see, that's the thing that when I was with Eric earlier today, that's the thing he told me. He's like, what I like about you, Mario, he's like, everything you do, and you can look at everything I do, it's aligns with one thing. This whole circle, everything's in there. YouTube content, filmmaker, right? Video editing revolves. Film studios. It's everything I have, bro. It's in one circle. Like I don't spread out to this or that. I just invest within my area because that's what I know and that's what I feel like I'm good at. But I'm not going to step into, let me try this other business for what? Like I still haven't mastered my craft. I still got to get better. I still got to figure out other moves. I would like to make a product for filmmakers that I don't know what, but when it comes, best believe I'm going to do it. So it's there's all these things I still want to do. We're doing podcasts, right? It aligns with filmmaking content. That's right. You know, so everything I do, bro, aligns with one. And there's not, and I always tell every filmmaker out there, technically, you can do a lot of things. You're not just a filmmaker. Look, you could be a filmmaker for weddings. That's technically one side. You could be a filmmaker for music videos. Now you got two. You could be a filmmaker for real estate. Now you got three. You could be a filmmaker for like commercial work. That's four. And then fashion, you could technically have 6 different streams of income in filmmaking.
That and live recording.
And live recording. Like there's so many ways, but people don't see that. Like everyone says you got to be a master at this or that. Look, I started with weddings and I kept the weddings and I made a page for weddings. So I get booked on weddings a few times a year. And then I get booked throughout the year on music videos, clothing brands, stuff like that. And then the commercial work, I get booked throughout the months. So it's like I have different streams. But it's
different outlets, but
it's still in the same thing. So that's why I tell you, filmmaker, you can't say or be stubborn, I just want to shoot music videos. Unless you're just at some elite level and that's what you're doing and you're getting paid well, by all means, stick to that one thing because that means you got something going for you. But for me, I'm just, I'm a content creator more than like a true filmmaker. So I like to try different things. Gotcha. I get bored of if I'm just shooting music videos, eventually it's like, it's the same thing, like I'm not in those budgets where like every video is so creative and different. So it's like a lot of the artists just want the same thing. So I like to try different things to keep me engaged and creative, put me creatively. Because if not, it'll just die. Like
you wanted to be a soccer player and then like now you entrepreneur owning businesses. How did you get that business mind state? Like going from soccer, because like you always had it, or you like it went from soccer?
I had a good soccer. I quit young, and then my brother, he had a bunch of contracts. He made it pro for a few years, and then because of women, he stopped. He should have been like honestly like Messi, and I'm not even capping, bro. Like he was like the Mexican Messi. Like dude was dope, bro. And my thing when I was I would say, okay, I was older, so maybe in the 10th grade, 9th grade, I already knew he was going pro. So my whole mentality was like, oh, he's gonna make it pro. I'm gonna go to college for accounting, and I already have it made. He's making it. So I'm about to be an accountant, and I'm just gonna like run his numbers and like I'm gonna make sure no one screws him over. He's my brother, and that was my mindset. The moment he let that go, I'm like, well, goddamn, what am I gonna do in my life? I'm a failure now. Now I got nothing else.
You failed, I failed.
Yeah, bro. Like guys, like you ain't gonna have it easy like that. Cause I was thinking like, yeah, I'm about to have a Ferrari. I was thinking, cause bro, like any sport, if you make it, bro, that's millions.
Yeah.
So in my head, I'm just thinking like, yeah, I'm about to be living a Ferrari. I'm gonna be doing this while I get to look out for my brother, so no one takes his money.
Right.
It ain't work out like that, bro. So. That was such a bummer moment.
Speaking of accountants, bro, that's what I was gonna tell you. You and Steve was talking the other day, and me and Taz was right there. This one was eating, and you and Steve was talking about accountants, and me and Taz looked at each other, and we're like, damn. Bro, if we try to get accountants right now, the accountant is gonna look at us like, bro, I know you can count this yourself. Like, what are you coming to me for? I count that you can count this. I was like, bro, that's another level we gotta get to for sure. For sure.
Yeah, I was scared. I remember the first time I got one, I was scared because I'm like, yeah, I'm about to pay for someone to do this, bro. Like I'm like, I could do it myself. Right. And it got to the point where like, who am I kidding, bro? This is a waste of my time. Like eventually it gets to the point where one day you're like, you know what? I'd rather put my energy and my where it belongs. Not some numbers. Let someone do that. Like that's their job.
Out with taxes.
Yeah. I was trying to be so stingy, trying to keep every dollar. Cause again, I was investing so much. So I'm like, man, I gotta keep the most I can. Like I feel like I'm making money, but then I don't see the money. It just keeps going back into the business. So like, yeah, it just one day just like I had to just do it.
So if I was to quit my job, what would you say be the first step? If I'm already working on my craft.
The biggest game that I can tell you, bro, especially because you're in the filmmaking industry, this can apply. We'll stick with the creative industry because that's what I know. If you were to quit, first thing I'll do is every Saturday. Which the good things we're in LA, the market's here. Yeah. Right. So every Saturday I'll look for what events are happening in LA, whether that's Nike events, whether that's car shows, whatever event it is, I'll go there. I'll shoot I'll go shoot the event, and within the event I'll shoot all these different brands. The events they want it within a 24-hour turnaround time. I will beat their videographer. So whoever they hire, he ain't out beating me. So the moment I go, I shoot everything beginning to end, or not to end, to the point where I know I got enough.
Right.
Get home, I edit
before
it.
They do.
Yeah, before they do. So they can be like, I capture their eyes like, who's this guy that already did it, right?
Right.
So I started doing that without knowing it was the smartest marketing. So when I was doing that, I was filming every company that was there, and I would tag every single one, and I'll make sure I put a clip of that brand in those videos. And I just got a lot of people hitting me up, and I knew I was good. So I was like, oh, I'm about to make them all like reach out to me. And sure enough, it always worked. But that's because I always tell everybody, you got to be self-aware. If you're good, you got to like accept it. It's okay to be confident. Don't be cocky, but be confident. And I was very confident. I wasn't. Now I look at it, I wasn't actually that good, but at the same time, I still was good for where I was at that moment. And that's what I would tell you to do, or tell anybody out there to do. Just go and just keep shooting and network. And like, before you know it, bro, you'd be shocked at how many people will reach out to you and be like, hey, I love that video. How much you charge? And now you just set yourself with like all these different eyes within one event. And that's one event. You do that every Saturday and a Sunday if you want.
Right.
You just be surprised how many people you're going to have in your DMs. If not, your email. And then nowadays, you know, you have your phone, you can go up to them. I was very, I'm always been an introvert. So instead of me going up to him and talking to him, I always try and I hope that my work did the job for me. And it did. But I mean, there's better ways, meaning like while you're there, talk to them as well. So they know who you are when you post it. And I never did that till now. I still don't do that, but I'm trying to break that. And I feel like hanging out with you and Taz, you guys are very good people as far as who you guys are. You guys are like alive. You guys are, you know, just your charisma, your energy is very contagious. So I'm like, man, I hope I can, you know, break myself out too, because you guys are good people.
Appreciate that, man. Yeah. Appreciate that. Before we get out of here, I had one more question.
Yeah.
That's a very good idea. Just really tapping in with and networking. How do you deal with competition? Because you're saying you would get home and beat them, and you didn't even notice you was doing it.
Yeah.
But like, how do you deal with competition today? And it could be in anything, not just in filmmaking, even like with
studios.
Anything.
You ain't beating me. I will outwork you. I've done it by myself.
Hold on, you gotta look at your camera.
I look at. Oh, you want me to say?
Look at your camera.
All right, well, look to everybody out there. Just like The Rock said, you ain't beating me. You're not gonna outwork me. I have something I feel like God gave me, and that is that energy, the drive, and you're not gonna outwork me ever. Like, I will not sleep. I will make sure I'm at the top, regardless of what it is. And it's not that I'm trying to beat you. I'm trying to beat myself. I'm my biggest competition. So I gotta be better than I was yesterday. Every day I gotta be better. So I'm not looking at nobody but myself. In the mirror, I look at it. What did I accomplish yesterday? What am I better today than I was yesterday? So I'm my own competition. At the end of that's why I'm like, anyone that tries to compete with me, you're not even competing with me, because I'm competing with myself, and you know how hard I am with myself. So let alone like I see somebody else trying something, like, bro, you do not want to start this, because like you what did I tell you? Like, I'm wanting to spend money because I believe depending on what it is, obviously not everything's about money, but I'm wanting to spend money to do something big. A lot of people, and without the certainty of the income of a return on investment, a lot of people are scared of that. Right? Everyone wants a quick little dollar and wants a quick dollar back. Yeah. I'm not like that. So I'm willing to go bigger and beyond. A lot of people are scared of that. If I meet someone like that, then I respect that person. I'm like, you know what? You the guy, you him. Cause like, damn, like you surprised me, but like to this moment, but again, and I've been doing everything by myself. Now I got Steve. People don't know this. I actually got an investor now, and he's a well-established person. Right. And I've been doing everything by myself. And that's one thing a lot of people told me, like, what's my other boy's name? Is a one man, one vision. He said, look, Mario, you by yourself, bro. Like you don't look at it how other people view you, but you done this by yourself. Yeah. Like all these other people, he named out other people. He's like, they got homies. They got 2 people putting their money together, 3 people, 4 people. You done it with your own capital, bro. You should be proud of yourself. Now that you finally have somebody that's gonna help you focus more now, because it's like less stress on you. Like, and I was like, man, like I didn't think about it like that. I always thought, you know, I was competing with people, but I was competing with 2, 3, 4 people, and it was just me and D. But D and me, it's the same capital, same money. So it's like, if I'm spending money, it's our money. So it was always scary. It's not like, oh yeah, let me, someone else is like, it's different, you know? And this is the first time with Steve, and it's been really great, good experience. So
shout out to Steve. Y'all will see him on one future show. We're going to try to get him on here. So you guys stay tuned for that. Man, I like that. That's well put, bro. That was well put, bro. Like, hey, I look at myself as the best. and I gotta beat my best self today. So
That's-
nobody's beating that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm hard on myself, and you know
that's
that.
a good way. That's a good way of doing it, man. And we're getting we went over it for sure. So man, we'll get ready to close this out. It's your boy Lavelle.
It's your boy Mario. We appreciate you guys for tuning in on the very first podcast. Again, so many good people we're gonna be having on this podcast. So many entrepreneurs with their own set of problems, their success, and I want you guys to all stick around. This has been 2 years in the making, and I'm trying my best. I tried my best for so many years to bring this to life. I got Lavelle, which
Yes, sir.
which we're gonna bounce off each other. He's gonna want to know what it takes because he wants to make the leap of faith to
Yes,
join
sir.
this.
So I'm happy to be a part of it and soak up game.
That's right. I think I want to soak as much game as you are. So, yeah, stay tuned, and we'll catch you guys on the next episode.
Untold Raw.